Chat, it's spooky month. Hey, Slowpokes, it's First 101. Welcome to World Building Wednesdays. Um, what were we doing last time? I forgot. Okay, so, hmm, brain, not braining. Oh, that's right. We're expanding the pantheon. We were translating sentences. Did I get this? Ding tedir okaros guahim tedir sotos sodnos tosos. Hmm. Cool. So, gotta make the animals. So, quick recap for what we did last time. We have a little pantheon building of forces of nature that the druids commune with, and as the druids commune with them, they spread that info. Oh, what abomination of an animal will tortoise make? Oh, you wanna? It's a skelegild. It's a Gilbert skeleton. The X-ray background is actually a really dark purple, so you can still see his outlines. And his shell is a pumpkin. He's got a candy. He's happy. I know way more about Galapagos tortoise anatomy than I did when I first drew him up. Their skeleton is weird. I knew that their spine went along the back of it, but it's sort of weird to see that it has to dip under the shell in order to get out. It's also very apparent that Gilbert is a... Doesn't their skeleton follow the shell? Yeah. It goes up and into it because their shell is actually just a big rib cage. Pretty much. So that, the little undershell you see at the bottom, that's actually his sternum. Anyway, um... Oh, you make the animals like the actual animals that we were making, not the tortoises just Frankensteining things. No, that makes more sense. I'm a little loopy today. I'm a bit silly in the head. On the hill, it's already October 2nd. There's already fireworks going off like crazy. Y'all celebrating a holiday soon? At some point? Nah. Oh, it's just October. It's spooky month. The real spook is trying to decide whether it's fireworks or gunshots. That might be an American problem though, because it gets hard to tell sometimes. Um, right. So we got the world. We've got the horizon, who sort of acts as like a middle ground. Fireworks are illegal here. Risking fireworks on October 2nd instead of Halloween night. Whack. Criminal. Criminal offensive side eye. Right. We had a word for day and night, right? Yeah. So I think the way that they would interpret this, right, is the sun brings the day. The day is a separate thing from the sun. The sun rules the day and it brings it with it. However, the moon does not bring the night. Actually, the night is just the absence of day, and the moon moves independently from the sun. I forgot. I'm not keeping track with the dictionary of promises. What do you mean? Man, I'm gonna watch this VOD again, and I'm gonna be so ashamed of myself. Like, this is probably all like very obvious. You asked if you had any day and night words already. Oh yeah. No, that was more for myself. Oh, my brain is full. All my little SpongeBobs are running around. Um, Freaking brain. Gah. So we have uh Thewosos. That's the day. And then we have the night. Lowenos. No, that's the moon. What? What? When? Yeah. Ah. So this is Lowonos, but this is just Lowenos. 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 There we go. It's a totally different thing. Well, okay, but the way that makes it look, it goes against what I just said. Because the sun brings the day, the moon does not bring the night. Night is simply the absence of day. The moon just goes around wherever it wants. Anyway, um, but these words are related as if the night was the moon. Oh, you know what? They might have come from the same word. What if instead of Loanos, they called the moon the night sun? I think that would be more flavorful. Yeah. Okay. Cool, cool. Uh, yeah, it's fine. I'll be here for the next 2 hours. This would be adjectives go before nouns. So, lonos. Uh, I gotta make the adjectival form. For absolutive. Lunos. Lunos coneros. And this is literally night sun. Cool. Hmm. So we gotta finish this creation myth. Farm the earth, making grass, wheat, and fruit. Make the animals. What verbs do we have that make that? That herd the animals. No, I'm gonna say make the animals. Nah, I should make a word for bread. Uh, Ebenmo. Ebenmun. Ebenmun. Mun. Ebwin. Is that allowed? Yeah, it looks like it. Oh well, it's a W is acting as a vowel here, so it doesn't matter. Ebwin. Okay. Uh, ergative, animate, animal, abs. Numbers come before nouns, right? Yes. Oh, adjectives come after nouns. I forgot. So I think that the way this goes, I think from this, it'll be guoneros, but it'll have two epithets, guoneros, gusos, right? Yes. Guoneros gusos and guoneros lun, right? Gusos and guoneros lunos. Really, they. Cool, cool. Um, what if it was a generative construction also? That could also be the case. Um, because possessee comes before the possessor. Oh, but the genitive comes before the head noun? So, what? How does. What? So, goat my. Goat of me. Isn't belonging to. This doesn't make sense. Wouldn't the possessor come after the possessee No, wouldn't the possessee come after the possessor here? If the genitive is before the head noun? Genitive versus possessive. Pronouns like genitive is the room's color, possessive is my dog. Depends on the language. In general, genitive is the term used for a case which has a broader usage than simply indicating possession. For instance, you'll see that only the first is possessive in the narrow sense of the word. Possessive is just the owner of the noun, while genitive could be the owner, the person who has it. Show a relation between two nouns, a noun that is modified by another noun. The most common relationship is possession, but there are other noun relations the genitive can show, such as description, person of color, the art of Germany. The room's color would be a possessive genitive. Color's accusative, yeah. The color of the room versus the room's color. I see. Okay, so the genitive, so so this is an indication of a genitive, and this is just pure possessive. Oh, I see. Okay. So if we were to write son of... No, yeah, that makes complete sense, actually. Uh, we're marking the genitive on the... What? No. I'm confusing myself. Hold on. The goat's sandwiches. Sandwiches of goat. So here, the apostrophe S marks the goat as the genitive. This indicates that sandwiches belongs to the goat. The goat is the owner, in possession of the sandwiches. But if you go to, like, the phrase people of color, this is less... It's not really possession. It's people that fall under the grouping defined by this quality. Oh, but possessee, the sandwiches, come before the possessor, the goat. So here, this would actually be goat of me. Okay. So I was confused over nothing. This works fine. Goat of me, sandwich of the goat. Of the goat is marked as the genitive what? No. Of goat is the genitive here. Possessee comes before the possessor. But the genitive has to come before the head noun. The head noun is goat. Oh, but the of comes before the head noun. It's the genitive construction. What? I'm just gonna say it works and then quit thinking about it. So if we were to do this, uh, it would actually be ogwas and oshlan, schlauen. Okay. There we go. So Guaneros Ogwas is the sun, and Guaneros Oshlan Schlauen is the moon. Because the sun is the sun of the day and the moon is the sun of the night. Guosos follows Guaneros Ogwas. Guaneros Oshlaun, though, does not. Loanos only happens in the absence of Guaneros Ogwas. Guaneros Oshlaun is sort of like the other half of the sun. Sort of like a dark reflection, if you will. Because the way they get here, how they get to these ideas, right, is you have the sun, that's the actual star that fuels the Earth's ecosystems, and then you have the moon, which is Rice Krispie treat. Thank you. Oh, for all of these? Ooh. Everyone, tell my mom that you love her. She made me fresh Krispie treats. That's so kind of her. Mmm, delectable. I love my mama. So anyway, the moon is an orbiting body. Man, now I want to do all the astrophysics for this. Freaking, I told myself I wasn't gonna, but now I really want to. We'll do that in another Worldbuilding Wednesday. We'll do that another time. The Rice Krispie treats, they beckon me. So, but the light of the moon comes from the sun. So, when a druid interacts or instigates an exchange with the moon, communing with it, they are referring to the orbiting body. However, the moon as a concept is only really possible because the sun, the sun's light reflects off of it. So, the sun, freaking brain. So what they're really ignoring here is sunlight. Sunlight is the key factor for why the people interpret this as such. Because the sunlight causes the day. The sunlight causes the moon to shine. The sunlight is the communication between the sun and the world. Sunlight is sort of like the messenger here. So the reason that they call it Guoneros refers specifically to sunlight. That's why. They call the sun the light of the day. And they call the moon the light of the night. Duh. That's how they get there. We already have a word for light though. Patin. Um Guonedos will be specifically like a word that means specifically sunlight. Hold on. I hunger for another crispy treat. Alrighty. I feel the need to write this down somewhere. So one more crispy treat. I'm gonna go on mute for a sec to demolish the rest of these Rice Krispie treats. Um, yeah. My mic is off. Thank you. For once, I was actually muted. Had a double BRB for the 3 cats we stand. My mom brought me Rice Krispie treats, the homemade stuff. So I muted to consume them voraciously. But yeah, so plural, definitely plural. Oh, no tortoise eating ASMR. Listen, give me the 200 subs. I'll do a lettuce eating stream. Alright, animal refers specifically to land animals. I should specify that. Where is the cool? There we go. Breaking news: man comatose after eating 500 slices of lettuce. Nah, you don't slice it. You got teeth for that. You just tear into the thing. Slices of lettuce. Why would you count out 500 lettuce leaves when you could just eat the head of lettuce? It's so. That's not how it's done. That's not how lettuce works. You're crazy. You call me insane. I'm never taking anything you say seriously ever again. Oop. 8 o'clock, right? You can be a screw-headed too. That's fair. For me, it's 3 p.m. So I've just got no excuse. I'm like this all the time. Um, Mix the animals. Since when have you taken my words seriously? You're 90% meme and 10% be right back. That's fair. Really, that's on me. It's on me. All right. Um, hmm. Okay. Then herd. I feel like we should add some sort of like perfected old finish. So perfective goes after the verbs, right? Yes. Uh, Kogos F10. I really like the aesthetic of this language. Like Sevedir Tora Toros Humos Hosh Quaka Tedir Hilir Kogos Septen Degen Tedir Okaros Guahem Tedir Sotos Sodnos Tosos. Like it's got like a it definitely feels ancient, you know? Just made a great decision to copy paste this. You know, eh. That's how it would be sometimes. Hmm. Then, um, I think this would be, yeah. I gotta actually write all that down. Perfective, perfective. Okay. And then made the animals. Perfective. Herd perfective. Uh, demonstrative, ergative, animate, uh, mountain, it would be absolutive, right? Mountain absolutive, river absolutive, and then on would be uh how does it work in, yeah, stay was transitive, I stay river, then stay becomes intransitive. Shouldn't mean stay in VSO means add an SOV. So it's intransitive in VSO, transitive in SOV. Hmm. Then what did I make all of these extra ones for? These were, oh, these were for um towards, what the hell is that description? um no comment. When did I use these? I'm gonna quick find rem. Oh, okay, so these are specifically an SOV when these are uh functioning as post positions. But in VSO they function as regular verbs. So would they just flip flop? Would instead uh just heard a screamer type of firework. I hate fireworks. I hate fireworks a lot. I got hit by a firework once as a kid, and now I'm just afraid of loud, sudden noises. I don't recommend it. It's also why I'm very against fireworks as a form of celebration. I mean, yeah, they're pretty, but like, especially in America, 4th of July, that's our Independence Day. Um, you get a whole bunch of drunk people, and they're like, "Hey, let's do fireworks," and so now you're giving a whole bunch of drunk people pyrotechnics. I mean, there's a reason they're highly illegal here. Yeah, yeah, they should be. You should. Okay, I don't think fireworks should be completely prohibited just because I've got personal beef with them, right? Um, obviously they're pretty, how I think it should work is you should have to get a firework license. Sort of like how you have to get a firearm license here in the U.S. You should like have to go receive training, be certified to use it. Basically, like a pyrotechnician light, I don't know what's worse, drunk people with fireworks or teenagers with fireworks. Sometimes it's both. Um, I mean, you don't really have to choose. See, because here stays intransitive. So because it's VSO. So instead of VSO, this would have to be SOV. So it would combine them into the same clause. Stay, plural, animal, absolutive, herd, perfective. Yeah. Definitely is some form of firework pyrotechnic license in this country, since the government has definitely used fireworks here and there. Getting flashback to iShow speed firework. And now we just translate. So this is Ebmun. One. Epten. Tedir. Yeah, I really don't get how they're so easy to buy in some countries. They're literal bombs. Yes. Yep. Little stuff like the little like popping whatevers that you throw at the ground. And like sparklers. Those are fine. Those are fine. I think. I mean, if you can give like a 10-year-old a spatula and let them use the stove, you can give them a sparkler. And sparklers can be a fire hazard, yeah. But so are matches. And candles. But at that point, it's more the user. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Exactly. There's less opportunities for the user to use it poorly. It's very easy to use a firework poorly. Dear, Healer animal. Absolutive. Modos. Mods. Healer modos. Because the verb was there. And then that's Tedir. Mountain and river. Where is mountain? Where is mountain? Kogos. And also river. Because there's no and. It's Kogos, Konos. Shen. Plural, that's Helier, Modos, herd. Is Ebmo. And perfective, that's Ep10. Look at that, it's coming along. Ebmun, Ep10, Tedir, Helier, Modos, Tedir, Kogos, Konos, Shen, Helier, Modos, Ebmo, Ep10. So a conlang is basically making gibberish with a lot of extra steps. Well, yeah, well, yes, but actually no. It's not. It's not gibberish. Um, it's just fake. Um, the world that looked to the dumb human. Look to the dumb people. Your Honor, I'm not crazy. It's just fake. Source, I made it up. That look to the dumb people. People know of the world. Caused them to know. Okay. This one is a doozy. It's got multiple sentences in it. So I'm going to break it down like so. Demonstrative, ergative, animate. For some reason I thought you meant sentences like court sentences. Multiple life sentences. Your Honor, demonstrative, ergative, animate. I rest my case. Your Honor, League of Legends. Death. Okay. To what word means towards. We will use animalistic first as an adjective. Ooh, this is absolutive. Not is a negative that comes after the. Yeah. Do we have a word for not? Oh. Hmm. No, we do not have a word for not. Uh, well, saying League of Legends will just get you sent to an experimental military weapons program to test League toxicity as ammo. That does make sense. How does negative particle arise? Linguistics. Affirmation and negation. It's negative polarity in a verb phrases. Joe is here. Grammatical category that associates affirmatives and negatives is called polarity. Affirmative or negative. Affirmative is typically the unmarked. Negative statement is marked in some way. Building blocks for language. Presence of negation is the absence of affirmation, where affirmation functions individually. There are three main aspects to the concept. There's cognitive, psychological, and philosophical. Negation in English is more difficult for the brain to process as it works in opposition to affirmation. If affirmation and negation were missing from language, people would only be able to communicate through possibilities. The recent reusing inhibition for negation hypothesis states that there is a highly specific inhibitory control mechanism that is needed when trying to understand negation in sentences. Um, Okay. Other languages. Okay, this is a page we're gonna want to keep in mind. Um, when we do the fairy languages. Um, but how does it show up? Often found in response to questions. Complications arise in the case of responses to negative. In some cases, the response that confirms a negative statement is the negative particle. You're not going out? No. Some languages is reverse. Some languages have a distinct form to answer a negative question, like French si and Swedish yo. These serve to contradict the negative statements suggested by the first speaker. Um, Question: if I said trick or treat to Gilbert, what would happen to me? You would get a trick or a treat. Gilbert is not dead. 'Tis but a flesh wound. Um, Negative affixes, negative verbs, clause negation. Well, I could say the skull emoji without looking like your average TikTok comment. I forgore. Skull emoji. Go there. With the negative verb, I never go there. Standard negation is used to negate declarative. Okay. Like, that's not what I'm looking for. On the form and meaning. Negative elements. How does Proto-Indo-European handle yes and no? Numbers. Particle. The negators. Okay, so it's just gonna be. I can just make it up. Gilbert be a bunny made costume in Easter. You might get an Easter headband, but not the whole. Listen, do you think this fellow would fit into a bunny costume? Nah. You might get a headband. Okay. So I think it would be fitting if we have both an affirmative particle and a negative particle. Um, Here. There we go. And this is coming straight from the dome. So he can get it tailor-made. He's not made of money. He's made of tortoise. Hmm. Heap. Maybe. The negative meu. The negative mock. Okay. Um. Call. Teep. Call. That's the only one. Cool. That's also the only one. Cool. I actually made original words. Wonderful. Actually, none of this is like that. Original Steven stealing words the whole time. Well, it's like I go to make a word, and then it's like, oh shoot, I already made it. It's already this other word. Because every noun has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Every noun has 10 forms. The more words I make, the larger chance that I accidentally make a word that I've already made. This is just going to be yes and no. No or not. These function as adjectives. Sounds like a skill issue. Yeah, it is a skill issue, which is why I made such a big deal about, I didn't do that this time. I'm getting better. I'm finally being creative. Okay. People know of the world. Of is a genitive. Frickin' genitives. Uh. Green is not a creative color. How about orange? Is orange a creative color? Okay, how does this genitive work? It uses of. Do not know of the world. I think I'm just gonna say do not know the world. Did in the past. There's no past tense at the start. At the napping of. Man, if I ever wanted to make a conlang, I need to first learn what an adjective and a noun is. A noun is a person, place, or thing. Adjective is a quality that describes the noun, like big or blue. And nouns are like turtle, McDonald's, sandwich, goat. And adverbs are like adjectives, but just for verbs and adjectives. Adverbs modify adjectives. Okay. Sounds like you're 7 hours into a 9 to 5 shift. Yeah, I have felt like I am 7 hours into a 9 to 5 shift for the past like year and a half. I offset it by playing games I like. Um, people. This is animate, ergative. Um, No, not of the world. Um, this is Sewodos. Animate, ergative. This is other way around. Ergative, animate. Sewodos. Nope, this is the gloss. I use the world. World absolutive. What is the meaning of life? Silly songs with Morgante. Yep. And now it is time for silly songs with Morgante. We join Morgante to sing some silly songs. World. No. Well, it's at the napping of. Because the word start in the SOV word order means I think it means causative. What is the passive? Where did I use start? Why did I make another thing for start? Why did I feel like I had to? There's nowhere that is used. This is stay, this is go, this is leave, this is cover. There's no start here. I can just use the word start. So that's like cow, SOV, that's cow grass eat, correct? Yes. There are two sentence structures in this language. There is SOV and then there is VSO. SOV is subject, object, verb. VSO is verb, subject, object. VSO is used for verb emphasis when the verb is the most important part. Huh? Two? Yeah. Yeah, SOV is the normal one. VSO is special. How does the language have two systems at the same time? It happens a lot, actually. Especially when you get into stuff like passive, the passive voice, when you swap around the object and um subject, like the person sees the animal or the animal is seen by the person. The animal is still the object. Oh wait, I just remembered. Um Wait. No, that doesn't make sense. No. Ignore that. Oh, my brain's exploding even more. Yeah. But generally, in language development, you will often see two or more word orders, each with a very specific function for when they're used and what they convey. But as the language goes on, the people who speak it start to use one more than the other, and then then you're just left with one word order. until more stuff comes along and it develops more and more, and it's like that for whatever. Now, what madman decided I'm gonna make conlangs from googly goo to tulas guirs tulasa? I don't know. Um, People did not know the world. No. There's future, so this language doesn't have tenses, like verb tense. So if you wanted to say you run tomorrow, or you run yesterday. Um, so run yesterday, at start. Uh, so like at the beginning, then you would say at the start. So at, that is stay. I can just use at. Okay. Because it uses post positions. Um, by, to, when. Yeah, start at now. No, not. Never understand why you can't watch video essays, but you can catch this without a problem usually. It must be my buttery smooth voice and alluring deconstruction of the mechanics of linguistics. Obviously. But that's very flattering. I appreciate it, man. And then the Kuniko voice is not deep or alluring. Yeah, but you're still here, so the evidence is clear. Frankly, quite the opposite. uh, I find Kuniko incredibly charming, and I'm not gonna apologize, because it's funny. Okay, some people, this is a separate sentence now. So this will be the actual thing. This will be this. Sewodos. Sewodos caused them to know. Now I've got to go to my cheat sheet here. This is the real reason that I made these, is so I can have the cheat sheet. A person dies. Causative voice. The animal caused the person to die. So it turns it into... Okay. Through the, basically these turn an intransitive sentence into a transitive sentence. So the person knows, then turns into the person knows, turns because of the world. Then it turns into the world causes the person to know. So world, person, I'm guessing transitive means the word can change the meaning of something. So transitive verbs can have an object. Intransitive verbs can't. Um, so I eat. No, that's a bad example. Um, we'll say I attack, right? I mean, sure, it kind of makes sense, but I attack the bear, right? That makes more sense than just I attack. But when you say I sleep, you can't really I sleep the bear. It's not really an action you do towards something. It's just it's an isolated thing. So this is a transitive verb. Attack here is a transitive verb. It can take on a direct object. Sleep is an intransitive verb. It cannot take on a direct object. The way I get around that is by having these. So this regular transitive verb, if I wanted to make it into an intransitive sentence, I can use the passive voice to sort of remove the subject and make the object the new subject. And if I really wanted to, I can put the original subject back as an object, and that makes it instrumental. You could add a with, but that would change the context completely. Yeah. Um, that's using with. That's called a an auxiliary verb, and that's the same thing I'm doing here. You're adding an auxiliary verb or particle, but that changes the meaning completely to make the sentence structure good, like okay again. So in order to use the causative voice in this language, i.e. meaning that one thing causes another to perform a verb, this is sort of the format that I have to use. So the original object, so my subject here is Sewodos. Sewodos is the one doing the thing. The person is the object. This is the thing that Sewodos is doing the verb to. And knowing is what Sewodos is trying to make the person do. So this here is sort of my cheat sheet. Right. It turns the intransitive verb know. Although, no, knowing is a transitive verb. I know the bear. Trying to learn all this in high school English. Yeah. This definitely did help me. Like, learning how to pick this stuff out definitely did help me write better essays. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. This is a skill. So, the story. I've told this before, but one more time. 8th grade. Uh, there is a huge teacher shortage everywhere. So, my English teacher at the time had to go on maternity leave. And she was real nice. She was real sweet. Got replaced by this cranky old man who everyone hated. He was just not a good teacher. So instead of doing any homework or English work, I was like, all right, I'm going to learn how to make my own language. The language this guy is teaching sucks. I'm going to do it. I can do it one better. So that's what I did. And then COVID hit in my 8th grade year towards the end. And the way that we were handling e-learning was not through Zoom. There was no like Zoom calls. We used a program called Canvas, which sucked. It was bad. Um, to like see all of the lectures digitally and then do all of the work digitally on the iPads that the school provided us. But I didn't want to do the English work, so I didn't. I learned how to make a language instead using the iPad. And the cool thing about that is if you submitted work and you got less than 100%, it would reduce your overall score. But the thing is, if you didn't submit any work, it wouldn't change your grade at all. You wouldn't, like, get marked for it, you know? So you could just. So if you did work, if you did anything, more often than not, your grade would go down. But if you had an A and you just refused to do anything else, then you would just stay at an A. So that's what I did. I learned how to do this instead of doing my English work in 8th grade. And it did so much more for me. It could do it from all of the rest of my English classes than that teacher ever did for anyone. I was his favorite too. Like he must have just like arbitrarily decided that I knew what I was talking about and like automatically gave me preferential treatment over everyone else. And I hated that. I hated that so much. He was such a bad teacher. And he treated everyone unfairly. Several times I just got up and walked out of that class. Like I was fed up. I did not like that guy. Um so yeah, so I learned how to do this instead. You know, how to teach it like that, except not teaching unfairly, just really, really incompetent. Nah, this teacher was like openly sexist. Bad teacher. I mean, he was a college professor before he went down to teaching high school, but there was a reason that he wasn't teaching college anymore. You know, like, uh, and he always was a long-term substitute, but it was just awful, deplorable. Hate that guy. Hate that guy so much. So this was my solution to instead of doing homework. I mean, I was still learning. Again, you have a Spanish teacher who's openly racist towards Asians. Wow, that's crazy. Anyway, silly words. So hmm. Back to silly words with tortoise. So we need a verb meaning to know and learn. Um, and teaching is like causing to know, I suppose. So no, this will be hmm. Is this allowed? Mock. Hmm. Makarat. Yeah, and then learn is will be Not quote. Is that allowed? Quote? Yeah. I wonder, is it strange to say that you want more work in school? What do you mean, want more work? Like more people to work in school? As like teachers and stuff? Because like right now, you're saying, oh, you guys are about 4 to 5 weeks into school and literally done nothing. Yeah, no, it's not weird to want to do more stuff. If you're bored in class and having more stuff will fix that boredom, that's pretty much exactly how boredom gets fixed. You're going into work experience soon. You have finals coming in like 2 years. Meanwhile, we're playing literal charades. Wow. Not kidding. We're playing actual charades. No, I got that. That's wild. Oh, actually, I have instead of saying Sewodos caused them to know, Sewodos uh gave people this is to act valor. What has knowledge? Oh, wait. This is the considerative form. The considerative. Hold on. Wabelor, that if we go to fire, right? Wabelor is the adjective considerative form. So if we look at the world, Sewudlor, this is like saying it gave them the quality of being worldly, like well known. So the title says human pantheon. So is there sort of a demigod pantheon? No. So the pantheon of the human religion as it stands in the prehistoric times. This like prehistoric religion is going to change and evolve as it develops into the four major players of the human continent. So this is just me like planting the seeds of rumor and myth, essentially. I'll do the same thing for the elves, uh, or fairies, I should say, later over there. So Sewodos gave people worldliness. Um, uh, hmm. Start. That. Um. Wait. How does this work? Is seen by the person. So, hold on. So the subject, we have the object, we have the verb. The subject is Sewodos. The object is people, and the verb is to give. Now, what are they giving? Is giving the quality of the world. So world, adjective, considerative. But it's giving the ability to. There's no abilitive. Oh, wait. If it's causative. Okay, here's the thing. Here's how it works. So, um, oh, that doesn't work. I was scrolling through your recommendations feed and you saw a Kanye West Lucky Blocks challenge. I wouldn't open those if I were you. See, because my initial thought was, hmm. No, I've got a lot. I'm thinking in concepts right now, and I can't really put them into words, which is my whole task here is to put them into words, and that's why I'm having trouble. Um, uh, happens, yeah. Well, you see, I'm not used to it. I think in full sentences, but like I said before, in that one cassette beast stream, I got like a voices thing going on, and Allie, she thinks in concepts. And so both of us right now are sort of being the Tortoise 101 persona on the internet. And it's kind of complicated. Especially because linguistics is more of my strong suit than hers. I don't expect that. Kind of, sort of, not really. The thing you're thinking of is called dissociative identity disorder. I don't have that. I've got another thing that's similar, but think of it like here. Okay, let me drop a quick picture of my brain. Here is what is called the front, right? And then back here is what is called headspace. So I am always in the front. Frickin' buttons. So in regular dissociative identity disorder, this is just my stage name also. I'm not like actually. There's no Tortoise 101 alter here. This is an online persona. Um, how DID works is that you get um everyone sort of moves between headspace and the front, and the people in front control the body and do the stuff. What I have is more similar to uh what's called as otherwise specified dissociative disorder. So me, the main guy, I'm always here. I'm locked. I'm locked in. Um, but then we got others, my weird roommates, if you will, who can like show up and go as they please. Or not really as they please. It's how the brain decides. No one has any control over it. I don't talk about it a whole lot because it's not really important and it's kind of personal. But that's sort of what's going on in my head. You literally named and consider it like you have multiple souls in you. Um, maybe. I don't know. I never really feel like not me. I always feel like me because I'm always here, right? I'm not allowed to leave. Think of my inner monologue, like how everyone has like an inner monologue. Think of my inner monologue as like a Discord call with like a bunch of buddies who are the same age and same maturity level and have access to the pool of the same jokes as I do. I've got like a live commentary going on at all times. Um, I've never really talked about it on the channel before because accepting it that this is a thing I've got has been a more recent development than anything. But yeah, I don't know. I try not to talk about like all the deets of my personal life on the internet, but this is totally a thing I've got. So you're pretty much always in a live stream in a sense. Yeah, kinda. Maybe that's why I'm tired all the time. I live stream to you guys, and then I have to live stream to everyone else too. It's wild. But no. Mental exhaustion is normal. Scatterbrainedness is normal with this condition. I don't know. I need therapy. Like, um, it is it's not like one of those things where it's like, ah, haha, I'm so quirky. Like, there are definitely like violent reminders that this is a disorder that I have. But you know, F it, we ball. Yeah, just make sure you get a proper therapist anyway. Yeah. Um, I don't need like meds for it or anything, so it would definitely be therapist and not psychiatrist. But you guys know all of those jokes we've been making for a couple years now on the channel, on the streams about the voices I hear and being admitted to an insane asylum. One of those things is definitely true. Bloody last therapist I got was an ignorant. Ah, rip. Hate to see it. I'm really self-aware about a lot of my deal, like my whole deal. So I've always been told that therapy wouldn't really like help me or anything. But my self-awareness is sort of limited here, because there's only like so much self I can be aware of at a time, you know? One thing I'm not used to though is feeling a bit smaller in my own head. Like I'm more of a piece of a puzzle. Anything. Very sexy puzzle, but a puzzle nonetheless. The inner machinations of my mind are an enigma. Okay, anyway, silly words. You know, I did not come here to trauma dump on you guys. I came here so you guys can make fun of me while I make silly sounds. And by golly, that's what we're going to do. Alright. Um so yeah. Sewodos is giving the worldliness status condition. Well, still got 20 minutes left. Yeah. That's prime working time. If I got time to lean, I got time to clean. Um, compared to the 1 hour late politics stream. Yeah, I'm not getting political on Maine anymore. I'm done. Politics is exhausting. It's tiring. That and my country's making a fool of itself live on Maine by being political, and it's just like it's not worth. Um, my main question here is where my main goal is to blow up and then act like I don't know nobody. But aside from that, I gotta figure out where this goes in the sentence. So this is a verb subject object sentence. So it would be the ergative absolutive. Um verb subordinate verb. Yeah. Oh wait, subordinate verb comes after. Shoot. So that means that this one start at would actually be but wait. This is tense. This is auxiliary verbs. Auxiliary verbs. No, those go after. I day to run. No, so it would be start at run. Yeah. Okay. No, I had it right the first time. I just didn't know that I had it right. I surprised myself like that. I'm all sorts of awesome, and I don't even know it. Um, start at give that people. That's a words. I'm tired. Um, right. So start at give is fine. So the subordinate verb goes after. So it is world adjective considerative. I don't know if that's the actual. Let me look that up. List of glossing abbreviations. Um, Never mind. That's not gonna work. We scroll. Causative, cessative, cohortive, hortative modalities are verbal expressions used by the speaker to encourage or discourage an action. Hort. Um, Comparative. That's close. We're almost there. Construct. Contrastive. Ah. Hold on. Considerative classing abbreviation. Abbreviation. Information about. Okay, I don't care. Tortoise, mortis, tortoise, hort. King Julian! Not now, Mort. Mauricio, I cannot move it anymore. Wow, I'm stalling like crazy. I'm just gonna use cons as the abbreviation. Considerative. Monster got all of procrastination. Why why do now when you can do in a century? Repeat every century. Immortality achieved. Demonstrative, ergative, animate, and then people is absolutive. Oh wait, hold on. This is gonna get confused because adjectives go before nouns, right? Yeah. No. No, adjectives go after nouns. Okay, so this is fuck. Just realized if I was immortal, it would take me the heat death of the universe to do whatever work I had to do. Yeah. I do not want to be immortal. I gotta end at some point. I ain't about that. So this actually goes after the people. Absolutive. Adjective. Absolutive, because it's got a match. Alrighty. Start at give. Yep. Okay. We figured it out, and now we can translate. So this is Tedir. Towards is tak. People. That is Hek. Hokos. Animal. This will be Mudos. Look. Or it would be C, so it's pet. And then perfective. Yay! Ep10. Comma. People. This is Hakir. The world. Sewodos. Start is crod or crowed at, that is shen. And then no is karat. Not is kal. Start at, that is krod shen. Give. Give is lore. Then the considerative adjective form of the world. They will also capitalize it because I said so. Sewudlor. Or sorry, Sewudlor. Because it's all geminate. Sewudlor. And then demonstrative people absolutive, that is hokos. There we go. Okay. You know, they would actually probably phrase this in terms of an exchange, because this is druids that they're talking about. And the main people wouldn't really understand that they would also have to be a druid for the exchange. Yeah, so all of that work I just did to figure out the word order for that, we're gonna get rid of that. So, um, and the the first exchange Sewodos performed the first exchange. And then that not offered. Wait. Offering is They don't really have a word for nothing. I guess offering is done. Offering is none. Granted is worldliness. The first exchange. The offering was empty. What was granted is worldliness. People acted worldly. Um, this functions as a intransitive verb. So we can, people acted worldly. This is, okay, wait. This is the person dies because of the animal. So person acts worldly because of the world. So that would be acted worldly. Oh, this is the actual translation. The people acted worldly because of that. This is act. Okay. Now, this is world ergative animate act. The exchange. Exchange, this is absolutive act. And this is the first. They don't really have an adjective form for the numbers. Frick. Indo-European. Indo-European. That's upload. There we go. Numbers. Here we go. Generally constructed as follows. So they don't have first. I guess exchange 1. They might just use 1. 1. Act. Offering. This is ergative, but inanimate actually. Is that right? Would it be inanim? Inanim. Oh, wait. This is intransitive. No, it's not. No, it is. Final answer. Lock it in, Alex. Absolutive. Because it's intransitive, it's the absolutive case. We have the copula and negative. Okay. Uh, Granted thing. This one is not intransitive. So, well, looks like time's drawing near. Yeah, I'll finish this sentence. This passage though. Granted thing. This is ergative, but it's animate. Yeah. No, it's inanimate. Worldliness. So this is world, adjective, considerative. Person, number goes before. Act. Technically, it's a minute over. Who cares? All right, this is still just a draft, right? No, I don't think it is. I'm really liking how this feels. I might come back and change a whole bunch of stuff later, but I'm not gonna rip out the whole thing again. This is resultative, so act, and this is causative, passive, plural person. Because of demonstrative, this is absolutive. And it's by means of the exchange. So it's act, worldly. World, adjective, considerative. It's passive, plural, person. And then this is world, instrumental case. Okay. The gloss is actually going to be longer than the actual thing. So this is Sewodos, the exchange, absolutive, logonos. Yeah. Did this get shuffled around? Whoa. Dos logonos. One is pale. Act is. This is an important verb. What's. Why are we still here? Just to Thewosos. I'm writing that down. Okay. This is the exchange. No, I had that right. Hail with. That was probably the only proof I existed. Real. Uh, Offering. What is offered? This is Oradloros. The copula is Gue. Gue. And then not is Kal. When I first started, like, speaking this language, like, pronouncing the things as I was making it, I really struggled with freaking, this is ergative, inanimate, this is teclerial. I really struggled with the aspirated consonants, like t and k. But now I've got a very, like, good hang of it. Worldliness, that is Sewodos. Act, this is what? Sewodos. Causative, passive. Uh, Causative, that is cheddar cut. You think it'd be easier for you to learn a language now that you know all these fancy word stuff, SFE consonants? Yes. Once, it's learning this, conlanging, learning linguistics applies a foundation for you to learn every other language. Think of it like this is mathematics to, let's say, Spanish's astrophysics, I guess. Like, yeah, astrophysics has more, like, lore, I guess. I don't know. It's definitely, like, famous and stuff. But this is, like, the raw math of language. This is like pure linguistics. So yes, I often find myself, like, intuitively grasping more complicated English irregularities just because, like, I know the function of every word. Yeah, the foundation. I highly recommend it. This stuff is fun. And in plural, this is Helir Hokos. And the world instrumental. This is by means of the world as in some higher metaphysical physics reason for the laws of nature, especially when dealing with the physical world itself separate from the sky. Yes, I used that correctly. Awesome. Okay. Guys, chat, here is the full or not the full passage. This is the main start of the passage of the creation myth. Sevedir toros fomos hosh, quacar tedir kilir kogos epten. Degn epten tedir okaros guahem epten tedir sotos sodnos tosos. Ebmun epten tedir hilir modos tedir kogos konoshen hilir modos ebmo epten. Tedir tak hokos mudos pet epten hekir sewodos krod shen makarat kal. Sewodos ngogno. Wait. Sewodos ngognos pegut. Oradloros gwekal. Ted cleril sewudlor. Sewudlor cheder. Kat hilir hokos sewudik. Deep breath. Okay. That's as much as my brain is gonna brain today. Thank you guys so much for watching. cheddar. Well, it would be okay, because this is pronounced the same as this. Ch, ch, ch. Like if you look on the IPA chart, this is the post-alveolar fricative.
Sha, sha.
And this is the voiceless palatal alveolar affricate.
Cha, cha.
It's the same sound, but with the T. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. Happy Spooky Month.